Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we unpack the secrets hidden in plain sight within corporate filings. Today we're diving into a report from Customers Bancorp Incorporated, or QB if you prefer. And let's just say this report might give you a glimpse into how they're feeling about their financial health, and we're talking about some pretty serious financial instruments here. Before we get started, if you like getting the real story behind company reports without all the jargon, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And for those who love to chat about these deep dives, our Discord community is linked in the description below. Alright, so what we have here is a current report filed on the 23rd of October 2025. Think of this as a quick update for investors and the public about important events that just happened or are happening right now. It's not a deep dive like their quarterly or annual reports, but more of a heads up, something noteworthy occurred kind of document. The company at the center of this is Customers Bancorp Incorporated. They're a Pennsylvania-based financial institution, and they are a pretty established player in the financial world. Now, let's look at what is being traded out there. They've got their common stock, which is what most people think of when they talk about owning a piece of a company, trading under the ticker QB on the New York Stock Exchange. They also have this thing called preferred stock, Series F, also on the New York Stock Exchange with a ticker symbol QB/PF. Preferred stock is a bit different from common stock. It usually pays dividends at a fixed rate and has some advantages over common stock when it comes to getting paid, but often without the same voting rights. It's like a middle ground between owning stock and holding a bond. And then there are these subordinated notes. These are basically loans the company has taken out, but with a twist. They are subordinated, meaning if the company gets into financial trouble, the people holding these notes get paid back after other creditors, but before stockholders. These particular notes are due in 2034 and have a stated interest rate of 5.375%. They trade under the ticker CUB on the New York Stock Exchange. This tells us they are not just relying on selling stock to raise money, but also taking on debt, which is a common practice for companies. The main event here, and the reason they filed this report, is about their financial results. Specifically, on the 23rd of October 2025, Customers Bancorp put out a press release. This press release shared their unaudited financial information for the quarter that ended on the 30th of September 2025. Unaudited means they haven't had their official accountants go through it with a fine-tooth comb yet. It is like a first draft of their performance for that period. Along with that press release, they also posted a slide presentation on their website. This presentation is likely a more visual and possibly more positive spin on the financial numbers. Regulation FD is all about making sure important information is shared with everyone at the same time, so no one gets an unfair advantage. Basically, they're saying, here is some extra information we're sharing, and we're doing it publicly. Now, the key here is Exhibits 99.1 and 99.2. Exhibit 99.1 is that press release. It is where the company is making its official statement about how it performed in the third quarter of 2025. And Exhibit 99.2 is that slide deck. This is where they usually put all the charts and graphs that highlight their successes. Think of it as their argument for why things are going well, or at least not as badly as they could be. What these filings generally tell us is the company wants to share key financial updates. This usually happens when to retail is something significant to report, be it good news like strong earnings or sometimes less than stellar results that they need to explain. Given that this is an 8K filing tied to a press release about financial results, we should assume they're either highlighting strong performance or addressing some changes they believe are important for investors to know promptly. So, what's the story here? Customers Bancorp is giving us a snapshot of their financial health. They're announcing their third quarter earnings for 2025 and sharing a presentation that likely breaks down these numbers. Since they're filing an 8K, it means these financial results are considered important enough to warrant immediate disclosure, not just waiting for their regular quarterly report. This could imply anything from very strong growth to significant changes they're navigating. The inclusion of both a press release and a slide presentation often means they're trying to frame the narrative around these numbers very carefully. They want to make sure everyone understands their performance in the best possible light, looking at the breadth of what they're reporting on common stock. Preferred stock and subordinated debt shows us they're managing a diverse capital structure. All three of these instruments have different roles and different risk profiles. When a company is actively managing all these, especially announcing financial results, it's a signal that they're in a period of active financial activity. Investors will be scrutinizing these numbers to see if the company is generating enough profit to cover its debt obligations and provide returns to its shareholders and preferred shareholders. The fact that they are highlighting these specific financial elements in this report suggests that their recent performance and forward outlook are closely tied to how these different parts of their financial structure are performing. Ultimately, this filing is Customers Bancorp's way of communicating its financial pulse to the market. It's a chance for investors to get an early look at the company's performance, understand its financial strategy, and assess any potential risks or opportunities that have emerged. It is always wise to look beyond the initial fanfare of a press release and dig into the actual numbers, but this 8K gives us the starting point for that investigation. Now, for our take, Customers Bancorp Incorporated is essentially giving us an update on their financial engine. They have publicly announced their latest financial pulse, and they are using this 8K to make sure everyone important hears it. This isn't just a routine check-in, it is a proactive effort to manage information flow. They've chosen to disclose this information now, which suggests it is either really good news that they want to get out quickly to boost confidence, or it's something they need to explain promptly to avoid market speculation. The company's mix of equity and debt financing, particularly the subordinated notes, means their financial health is judged by their ability to manage leverage and meet interest payments. Any significant shift in their operational results will directly impact their creditworthiness and willingness to pay back those notes. We will be watching closely to see if these reported financials translate into sustainable growth, and if the company's strategy is robust enough to handle the capital structure they built. Alright, that's our breakdown of what Customers Bancorp Incorporated is telling us today. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments if this analysis was valuable. Hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching, see you next time.